Learn English through stories. Level 1. A new friend. John had just moved to a bustling new city, leaving behind the familiar faces and places he had known all his life. The change was exciting, but it also made him feel a bit lonely. Determined to make the best of his new beginning, John decided to explore the local park on his first day. The park was lively, with children playing, couples strolling hand in hand, and joggers making their rounds. As John walked along the path, he noticed someone sitting alone on a bench under a large oak tree, seemingly lost in thought. Gathering his courage, he decided to introduce himself. "Hello," John said, his voice steady but hopeful. "My name is John. What's your name?" The young woman looked up from her book and smiled warmly. "Hi, John. I'm Emma," she replied, closing her book to give him her full attention. Pleased by her friendly response, John sat down on the bench beside her. "It's nice to meet you, Emma," he said. "I'm new to the city and just exploring a bit. Do you come here often?" Emma nodded. "Yes, I do. This park is one of my favorite places. It's a great spot to relax and read. How are you finding the city so far?" "It's a bit overwhelming," John admitted, "but also exciting. I'm looking forward to discovering all it has to offer. Do you have any recommendations for a newcomer like me?" Emma's eyes lit up. "Definitely. There are so many great places to visit. If you like coffee, there's a cozy cafe just around the corner. And if you enjoy museums, the art museum downtown is a must-see. I can show you around if you'd like." John felt a wave of gratitude. "That would be amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate it." They spent the next hour chatting about their favorite books, places they wanted to travel, and their shared love of music. John felt a sense of relief wash over him. Maybe this new city wouldn't be so lonely after all. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the park, John realized it was time to head home. "It was great talking with you, Emma. Thank you for the recommendations and for keeping me company." Emma smiled. "You're welcome, John. It was nice meeting you too. See you around." "Definitely," John replied, standing up. "Goodbye, Emma." "Goodbye, John," she said, waving as he walked away. With a newfound sense of optimism, John left the park, looking forward to the new friendships and adventures that awaited him in his new city. The busy market. The next morning, John was eager to explore more of the city. True to her word, Emma had agreed to show him around. They met at the entrance of the park and set off towards the local market. As they walked, Emma pointed out various landmarks and interesting spots along the way. "Just turn left at the next corner, and then go straight. The market is next to the bank," she instructed. John followed her directions, and soon they arrived at the bustling market. The place was alive with activity, filled with people weaving through the narrow aisles lined with colorful stalls. The air was thick with the aroma of fresh produce, spices, and street food. "This market is amazing," John said, his eyes wide with wonder. "Look at those colorful flowers." They strolled past a flower stall where vibrant blooms in every hue imaginable were arranged in neat rows. The sight was a feast for the eyes. As they continued to explore, John noticed a tall man with a friendly demeanor selling fresh fruit. He watched as the vendor expertly sliced a ripe pineapple, offering samples to passers-by. "Would you like to try some?" the vendor asked, holding out a piece to John and Emma. "Yes, please," John said, taking a bite. The pineapple was sweet and juicy, a perfect treat for the warm day. "This is delicious, thank you." "You're welcome," the vendor replied with a smile. "Enjoy your day at the market." A few stalls down, a kind woman with a beautiful smile was showcasing her handmade crafts. Intricate jewelry, woven baskets, and colorful scarves were displayed elegantly on her table. Emma stopped to admire a pair of earrings. "These are beautiful," she said to the woman. "Did you make them yourself?" "Yes, I did," the woman replied proudly. "Each piece is handmade with care." John was impressed by the craftsmanship. "You have a real talent," he said. Thank you for sharing your work with us. Thank you, the woman responded, her smile radiant. Please, feel free to look around and let me know if you need any help. They continued to wander through the market, taking in the sights and sounds. John marveled at the variety of goods and the vibrant energy of the place. Everywhere he looked, there was something new and interesting to see. As they finished their tour, John turned to Emma. This has been incredible. Thank you for bringing me here. I've never seen anything like it. Emma smiled. I'm glad you enjoyed it, John. There's so much more to explore in this city. I'll show you all the best spots. I can't wait, John said, feeling a deep sense of appreciation for his new friend and the adventures that lay ahead. Together, they walked out of the market, excited for the many discoveries yet to come. A day in the life. John was getting accustomed to his new city and its rhythms. On the third day, he decided to settle into a routine that would help him feel more at home. He woke up early, the sun just beginning to rise, casting a soft glow through his window. Stretching and yawning, John got out of bed and headed to the bathroom. He brushed his teeth, the minty freshness waking him up further. After that, he made his way to the kitchen to prepare breakfast. He opted for a simple meal of scrambled eggs and toast, along with a cup of coffee to kickstart his day. With breakfast finished, John got dressed and headed out the door to go to work. His office was a short walk away, and he enjoyed the morning air as he made his way there. The city was coming to life, with people bustling about, heading to their own jobs and daily activities. Work kept John busy, but he found satisfaction in the tasks he completed and the interactions he had with his new colleagues. They were friendly and welcoming, making him feel part of the team. The hours passed quickly, and soon it was time to leave. After work, John decided to stick to his plan of staying active and healthy. He went to the gym, where he spent an hour working out. The exercise was invigorating, helping him clear his mind and stay fit. He enjoyed the feeling of accomplishment that came with each workout. Returning home, John felt a pleasant tiredness. He took a quick shower and then settled down in his living room with a book he had recently started. Reading was one of his favorite ways to unwind, and he lost himself in the story, the outside world fading away. Before he knew it, it was time for bed. John put the book aside and got ready to sleep. He reflected on his day, feeling content with the balance of work, exercise, and relaxation he had achieved. With a sense of satisfaction, he turned off the lights and went to bed, ready to face another day in his new life. Each day, as John followed his routine, he felt more at home in the city. He looked forward to what the future held, knowing that he was building a fulfilling life for himself, one day at a time. Dinner plans. One evening, as the sun began its descent, John and Emma made plans to dine out together. They both had a craving for something delicious and decided to try a restaurant they had heard good things about. Entering the cozy establishment, they were greeted by the aroma of spices and the chatter of diners. They found a table by the window and settled in, perusing the menu. I'm in the mood for something comforting, John said, scanning the options. I think I'll go for a classic favorite, pizza. Emma nodded in agreement. Pizza sounds good, but I'm feeling like something lighter tonight. I'll have a salad. When the waiter approached, John spoke up first. I'd like a large pepperoni pizza, please. The waiter jotted down his order with a smile. Of course, sir. And for you, miss, he asked, turning to Emma. I'll have the garden salad, please, Emma replied politely. Excellent choices, the waiter said, jotting down her order as well. Would you like anything to drink with that? John glanced at the drinks menu. Just water for me, please. Emma nodded. The same for me. Thank you. With their orders placed, John and Emma settled back in their seats, engaging in easy conversation as they waited for their food to arrive. I love pizza, John remarked, his eyes lighting up with enthusiasm. There's just something about the combination of gooey cheese, tangy tomato sauce, and savory toppings that's so irresistible. "I prefer salad," Emma said with a smile. "I like how fresh and crisp it is, especially with a variety of colorful vegetables and the tangy vinaigrette dressing." Their conversation flowed effortlessly as they discussed their favorite foods, sharing stories and memories along the way. Before they knew it, their meals arrived, served steaming hot and fresh from the kitchen. John's pizza was piled high with melted cheese and toppings, while Emma's salad was a vibrant mix of greens, vegetables, and crunchy croutons. They dug in eagerly, savoring each bite and enjoying the flavors that danced across their taste buds. As they ate, John and Emma continued their conversation, their laughter mingling with the sounds of the bustling restaurant. It was a simple yet a memorable evening, filled with good food, great company, and the joy of shared experiences. By the time they finished their meal, John and Emma were full and content. They paid the bill, leaving a generous tip for their attentive waiter, and stepped out into the night, their hearts and stomachs equally satisfied. As they walked home together, John couldn't help but feel grateful for Emma's friendship and the moments they shared. With her by his side, he knew that every meal would be a delightful adventure, filled with good food and even better company. The trip, excitement filled the air as John and Emma embarked on their planned trip to the beach. They had been looking forward to this day for weeks, eager to soak up the sun, feel the sand between their toes, and splash in the refreshing waves. To reach their destination, they decided to take a bus, opting for a scenic route that would allow them to enjoy the journey as much as the destination itself. They boarded the bus early in the morning, their backpacks filled with beach towels, sunscreen, and snacks for the road. Settling into their seats, John and Emma watched as the cityscape gradually gave way to rolling hills and lush countryside. The bus wound its way along winding roads, passing through quaint villages and picturesque landscapes. "It's so beautiful out here," Emma said, gazing out the window at the passing scenery. John nodded in agreement. "I love how peaceful it is. It's a nice break from the hustle and bustle of the city." After a few hours of travel, they reached their stop and disembarked from the bus. They stretched their legs and took a moment to admire their surroundings before setting off on foot towards their hotel. The walk to the hotel was pleasant, the salty breeze from the ocean filling the air and invigorating their senses. Along the way, they passed quaint shops and charming cafes, the sounds of laughter and music drifting out onto the street. Finally, they arrived at their hotel, a cozy seaside inn nestled just steps away from the beach. John had booked a room in advance, so check-in was a breeze. The receptionist greeted them warmly and handed over the keys to their room. As they made their way to their accommodations, John and Emma couldn't contain their excitement. They dropped their bags off in their room and quickly changed into their swimsuits, eager to hit the beach and feel the sun on their skin. "I can't wait to swim," Emma said, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. "Me too," John agreed, a grin spreading across his face. They grabbed their towels and sunscreen and practically raced to the beach, their laughter mingling with the sound of crashing waves. As they stepped onto the soft sand and felt the warmth of the sun on their faces, John and Emma knew that their trip was off to the perfect start. With the promise of a day filled with sun, sand, and sea ahead of them, they couldn't help but feel grateful for the journey that had brought them here, to this moment of pure joy and relaxation by the ocean. Feeling unwell, it was a bright morning when John woke up, but something didn't feel right. His head throbbed, his throat felt scratchy, and every movement seemed to sap what little energy he had. He knew he was sick. Concerned, John decided to seek medical advice. He made his way to the nearest clinic, where he was promptly seen by a doctor. After a brief checkup, the doctor confirmed his suspicions. "I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling well," the doctor said sympathetically. "It looks like you've come down with a mild fever and a sore throat. You need to rest and take care of yourself." Relieved to have a diagnosis, John listened carefully as the doctor outlined his recommendations. "Take this medicine," the doctor instructed, handing him a prescription. and be sure to drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. Rest is key to helping your body fight off whatever bug you've caught." John nodded, grateful for the doctor's advice. He collected his prescription from the clinic's pharmacy and headed home, determined to follow the doctor's orders and get some much-needed rest. Over the next few days, John focused on taking care of himself. He took his medicine as prescribed, drank plenty of water, and made sure to get plenty of sleep. Slowly but surely, he began to feel better, his symptoms gradually easing until he was back to his old self again. Reflecting on his experience, John realized the importance of listening to his body and seeking help when needed. He was grateful for the care and expertise of the doctor who had helped him through his illness, and he made a mental note to prioritize his health in the future. As he returned to his usual routine, feeling stronger and more resilient than ever, John knew that he had learned a valuable lesson about the importance of self-care and taking proactive steps to maintain his health and well-being. And should he ever find himself feeling unwell again, he would know exactly what to do: seek help, rest, and take care of himself until he was feeling better. Christmas celebration. As December rolled around, John and Emma found themselves caught up in the festive spirit of the holiday season. They decided to celebrate Christmas together, embracing the traditions and customs that made this time of year so special. The first order of business was decorating a Christmas tree. They went to a nearby tree farm and selected the perfect evergreen, its branches lush and fragrant. Back at home, they adorned the tree with colorful lights, shiny baubles, and delicate ornaments, their laughter filling the room as they worked together to create a festive masterpiece. Next came the joy of exchanging gifts. John and Emma had spent weeks carefully choosing presents for each other, eager to see the smiles of delight on each other's faces as they unwrapped their surprises. They placed their gifts under the tree, the anticipation building with each passing day, until finally, on Christmas morning, they gathered around the tree to open them together. The room was filled with excitement as they tore open the wrapping paper, revealing the treasures hidden within. There were books, chocolates, and thoughtful trinkets, each gift a reflection of their friendship and the love they shared. After the gift exchange, John and Emma joined their friends for a big Christmas dinner. The table was laden with delicious dishes, from roast turkey and mashed potatoes to cranberry sauce and pumpkin pie. They laughed and talked, sharing stories and memories as they savored the festive feast. As the evening drew to a close, they gathered around the fireplace, the crackling flames casting a warm glow over the room. They raised their glasses in a toast, their voices joining together in a chorus of Merry Christmas. It was a joyful and festive celebration, filled with love, laughter, and the magic of the holiday season. As they bid farewell to another Christmas day, John and Emma knew that they had created memories that would last a lifetime, memories of a Christmas spent together with friends, surrounded by warmth and happiness. Thanks for watching.